Okay, so I wanted to go over Cherokee and some places to play these changes and some things to look out for when you're playing over this. So I'm going to work on the first eight. So I've got B flat for two measures, and then a 2-5 to E flat, and then A flat, and then B flat, and then C7. So I'm just going to work on those first eight on Cherokee. So the first chord is B flat. Next chord is F minor 7. To B flat. To E flat major 7. So that little change I made right there was going into A flat 7. Into B flat major 7. Into C7 right there. I'm going to go to a C minor 7. So what I've got here is that's a C minor 7 to a G7, C minor 7 to an F7. So I'm just going to play through actually the first ending a couple of times. I might hit the second ending going through, but basically one thing if you don't play changes a lot, is play these chords and then try to play lines around the chords in the position that you're in. So one thing you might do on that C7 is play an altered, or you could play definitely a whole tone or a flat 5, because B flat is here. That's your C7 right there. Whenever you go up to a 2 dominant 7, that usually takes a Lydian flat 7 or a dominant 7 flat 5 chord, like in Take the A Train, for example. The B section has these whole step 2/5s. freeze a chord and play some lines over it like I just did on the C7 with the flat 5. One thing that you can do too is think whole tone. So sometimes I might see a C7 with flat 5. I might think up a whole step. I might play like a D7 idea on top of my C7 flat 5, like I did a minute ago before I looped that idea. Like you could also play, because it's a whole tone, you could also do augmented triads like I just resolved into the next chord there on that last note, but for me, when I actually play on these, I try not to be that obvious when I'm doing a whole tone, but you can do stuff like that. So one thing you might want to do is, one way you can look at Cherokee is the first two measures are B flat major or major 6th, and then the next two measures are F minor 7 to B flat. Now you can either think F Dorian, or you could just think B flat dominant 7. There's a lot of things you can do with 2 5s. One thing you might want to do is just treat the F minor 7 to B flat as a B flat dominant 7. So just get used to going from B flat major to B flat dominant. And then you go to E flat major, Ionian, and then major, and then to the A flat dominant 7. If you don't want to do the flat 5 for now, you could just start doing the A flat 7 stuff. So the first 8 measures kind of sound like this. So one thing to keep in mind with changes is what's different between the two chords to make sure that you're playing on the changes. So B flat, which is like right off the melody. So really the difference is that A flat. On the F minor 7 and the B flat, make sure you're hitting an A flat in there to tell the difference. So when you go to E flat major 7, make sure you're going to the 3rd at some point in your line where that's going to be a G. Then when you go to the A flat dominant 7th, you go to a G flat, which is flat 7. So I'll just do that right there just to show what I mean. So, and I'll lean on the note. So you can hear when Wes was doing octaves, he was definitely hinting at guide tone, really saying where the guide tones are on chords too. So when you get to your B flat, the main notes are B flat, D, and F for now, or G or A for an extension. And then when you get to your C7, that's where you got to hit that E, that 3rd, because the B flat is already on C7. The B flat, it was on the chord before it. So when you've got um, some chromatics. So let me throw the an F sharp on the C7. So we got this. And that really even makes it more clear that we're on C7 in my opinion, and it adds some tension on that. So B flat. So in my opinion, when you're working on standards, if there's some changes you can't hear, you should loop them. Even if you can hear them, loop certain parts of the song that you want to work on and really solidify that sound. So in the heat of the moment, when the changes are going by faster, you'll play it better. So you might want to just loop that B flat 6 or major 7 to the C7 with flat 5. So